Hello everybody, welcome back to race 2 from the Team vs Team GT3 League. So this is, well, you should know what this is by now, but it's the NxtGen Racing versus MRC versus SimFX versus P1 Team versus Team event. So it's basically GT3 cars, BOP, but tuning's allowed, so it adds that extra little bit of skill in. This is race 2, so this is a feature race. As you can see by the graphics on screen, 24 laps of Brands Hatch. It doesn't sound like a lot, but this is a very easy to make mistakes track, and we've already in the night done the sprint race, and the sprint race effectively determines the grid for this one. So we take the results of the sprint race, flip them upside down, chuck everyone back on the grid, and this gives us what we've got here. So we're looking at Dragon Eagle on pole because he didn't have a very good outing last time, and then as you go down the grid, gone too far. You can see me at the back, and I'm obviously because I'm at the back because I won last time out. So we'll see how we get on. Plenty of time for me to make a result in this race, but also plenty of time to monumentally mess this one up. Alright, so let's get into it. Let's see what cracks off at the start, and we go from there. Press play. So starts, and as we've covered before, quite difficult to get these cars off the line. Purcell jumps the start there, it's going to create a rolling roadblock for Cutler behind. Cutler does very well. Shawnaff gets a little bit of a bad start. Robinson flies through, so do I. Cutler's made a great start again, up into 4th. Robinson's also done a good job. Jambu's trying to hang it around the outside. Looks like everyone's making a good getaway into Druids for the first time. Everyone just sort of single filing it through there. This isn't a track you can go side by side on very easily. I'm up into 9th already, made a few places up straight away. Flick up to the front, see what's going off. Robinson does look up the inside of E30, gets himself on the gravel. That's going to compromise his exit. As we just see Sean get a little bit wrong, but makes his re-entry to the track very sensibly indeed, and just basically stays out of the way. That's good to see. Buddy's made a great start, and he's already on the tail of Joshington. So Joshington and Dragon Eagle have made a good getaway so far, but Buddy's going to go side by side with Joshington and sort of gets the move made coming down here. They are side by side coming into Sheen Curb, and Joshington was a little bit of contact. I'm going to review this because both guys have sort of asked me to, so we're going to take Buddy's view of this from Chase Cam. Purists will scream at this. So Buddy's exit, much better, gets the inside, takes a good lump of that curb off, but he can do that. Pretty much side by side, a little bit of door banging going on. In my opinion, this is sort of 6 of one, half dozen of the other. So you'll see from Joshington's point of view here. So a little bit of door banging there. Joshington's trying to take his race line, but Buddy's there. Buddy's entitled to be there, he doesn't have to back out. I will say that's a racing incident, but if the stewards want to have a look at that, then they are entitled to do so. So Dragon Eagle's made a good getaway in 1st position, but Buddy is closing him down. Dragon Eagle's carrying a little bit of rear damage, so to pick that up from somewhere. Cutler's got a little bit of front damage that'll affect his basically front aero loading. E30's chasing him down. Have to drop Robinson a little bit. Viala's doing a really good job in 6th. He has got me for company, so I'm looking to make a move on Viali ASAP. I just see Robinson make a move on E30, but E30 is going to stick it around the outside in the fellow BMW. Robinson keeps it in there. Has to go on the grass, gets the power down on the grass, and as you're going to see, just loses it. That causes Viali to stop. I have to take avoiding action. So that's going to really mess me up, and I'm down into 10th. Let's have another look at that from my perspective, because I got a decent view of all this going off. So you'll see here, I saw Robinson going off, but I didn't expect him to. I didn't expect what happened next. Viali then has to slam on the brakes, full stop, and nothing either of these guys can do by this point. Obviously, going to the left for me is a bit of a no-go now. I'm sort of committed to that right-hand line. Despite me trying to correct it, I understeer off into the shadow zone, as it were. So I'm off now. Fortunately no damage and not a vast amount of time lost. It did lose me about 8 seconds in race time, so it doesn't sound a lot, but it is a lot when the traffic is congested. I was running in like 5th. Viali though has picked up engine damage, so unfortunately he's limping around to the pits as Viali, so that's pretty deciding for his race. As we see Robinson get it wrong, and he's going to go off there. Cutler's also got himself a little bit wide, and he's going to run it wide coming out of Sheen Curve. He does keep it clean though on his re-entry, and he's back there, so that's Cutler going slow. I'm approaching the back of him now. Cutler does then outbrake himself just a little bit, and I'm able to slip up his inside. Of course that move's made easy by Cutler's aero damage. I'm back up into 7th, so I could have had worse laps, to be fair. I'm now going to try and get myself on the back end of Purcell. Buddy and Dragon Eagle are now challenging for position at the front. E30 and Joanna are having a bit of a battle behind as well. So my target for this race is E30. If you've got 2 cars of the same mark in there, you want to be the fastest at that mark. So he's driving the Walkenhorst edition, which is it's exactly the same. The only difference is the spotlights on the front. That's the only thing that's slightly different between these 2 cars. So top 6, not too much between them. I'm in 7th, trying to cling onto the back a bit. Cutler's not far behind me at all. He's on medium tyre, so he's sort of taking an alternate strategy. That medium tyre is about a second a lap slower around here, so that will no doubt drop Cutler back naturally a little bit. He did get really at the start, but he's just wanting to get that medium tyre out of the way in his first stint. My strategy here is a 2-stop. So I'm going to do... Did we see someone off there? Yeah, we did. We saw a Dragon Eagle. So my strategy is a 2-stop, essentially. So I started on the soft, so I want to get a really good start. My plan was 8 laps on the soft. Come in, fuel for 6 laps. Do the mediums. Come in after 5-6 laps, chuck another set of softs on, go to the end. The softs were that much quicker, and the pit loss wasn't enough to sort of justify making it a 1-stop. The pit loss time for a 2-stop was just fine. E30 gets a little bit deep, going into Druid, and that's going to drop him off the back of Joanna and into the cores of Jambu, and we all know how fast Jambu is. So Jambu's a very quick guy indeed. See me now. I'm closing in on Purcell a little bit. There was a little bit of a, I'm not going to say an incident, but I think it was that lap. Let's have a look. Was it this one? Yeah, it was. So just from my perspective here, I'm side by side by Purcell. I just don't think he saw me. But luckily I was half expecting that door to get slammed on me there, so I just sort of steered into it a little bit, and it helped me keep the place. So let's have a bit of a look through the grid then. It's starting to separate out into 2 distinct packs now, so Robinson's sort of leading pack number 2, with Joshington following in behind. Sean F, the new guy to the league, in 10th. Again, like I said in the last video, he's not really had a lot of practice time. In fact, he had no practice time. So he's doing a really good job with the tools he's been given. Viali, after that engine damage before, decided to fuel up his car for a full stint. So he's going to go long on this stint. I think that was a wise thing to do. And then Dragon Eagle in 12th after that off at the Sheen Curve last lap. So Buddy now then on the softs in clear air. He's just starting to escape. And the pack behind are beginning to drop back a little bit. Jambu and E30 involved in a little bit of a battle. I am catching them slightly. We're starting to approach the pit stop phase. We're sticking with this for now because stuff happens during this lap that is kind of critical to how my race plays out. So I'm charging after Jambu and E30. Well, I say charging, you'll notice I'm not overdriving the car. But Brands Hatch is such a track that if you make a mistake you will get badly punished for it. I'm currently holding the fastest lap. Probably big-headed of me to say I'm the fastest man on track at this minute in time, but it would probably also be quite accurate. As E30 and Jambu go side by side, coming into Hawthorns, this can go wrong very easily, but great racing from these two guys. And as you see in the background, I just completely bin it. So from my perspective then, this is the view I had. It's got a little bit of understeer coming through Hawthorns. So you see I'm off the throttle, but just getting two wheels on the curb, and I've got engine damage, suspension damage, the lot. So it's not race over for me. It's still quite early in the race, but I've got to limp back to the pits now and get that damage fixed. All the while, all the guys up ahead are just going to be steaming away. Also messes my strategy up a little bit. So my pit crew have now got to do a magical job to get me back out on track. And also, I'm 3 laps short of where I should be pitting. So I decide to employ my strategy anyway, and I'm just going to have to extend my final stint. The softs are just justifiably faster to take them that little bit longer, so I'm sort of deciding at this point I'm going to try and look after the tyres in the latter stage of the race. So let's cut forward a little bit once everyone's pit stops have evolved and see what action kicks off later in the race. Entering lap 8 now, and Robinson and Viali had this little ding-dong battle for the last lap or so. Robinson made it extremely hard for Viali to get past. We're just on board with me. So Viali's obviously seen me charging up behind. This battle slowed them both down. Robinson's obviously having to think defensive, and Viali's not taking the fastest lines through the corners because he's obviously not wanting to make contact with him or anything like that. Both of these guys are very clean drivers. So although they will battle hard, it will be fair. I've had battles with both of these lads in my time. Dragon Eagle's going slowly. Probably just backed off to let this train pass. So we'll just focus in on this battle for the time being. It's the battle on track at the minute in time. The back's mostly spread out. There's a couple of cars close by, but this is I had a sort of front row seat for this. Almost. I was at this stage running my medium tyre, so I was on the slower tyre to be honest. Sort of expecting to be kept behind this train almost, but also quite eager to get by. So this is Robinson's view as he looks back, and obviously another GTR and a BMW behind him. So parks it in the middle of the track. So Viali can't get past, but Viali could potentially look for a move down into Druids. He gets it a little bit sideways, so I go for a move instead. I don't really manage to get that done, but Viali does take a wild line. I think, to be fair, Viali just let me go. He races quite sensibly, so he will no doubt have seen me come in. As Robinson just runs it wide coming out of Greymill, that allows me to make a very easy pass. So I'm now up into 4th on the road. I do have to pit again, but I'm not planning to pit until 15 or something like that, I think I was looking at. So I was going to try and make it like a 10 lap stint on the softs-ish. So I was trying to make this middle stint last a little bit. So you see the leaders in the pits. Buddy's first pit stop, and he's having to go long on his fuel. Joanna's also managed to go long on his fuel as well, but both will come out, both will come out in front of Jambu. As we just see Jambu come out, does Joanna manage to jump in? No, that's going to be very close, and luckily they don't collide and go off into the sand. But there's Jambu up into 2nd. Buddy did an excellent job of getting that one out. He's on the medium tyre. He's probably going to take these to the end. Looks like he's got enough fuel to do that. He may well be opting to try and pull a little bit of a gap to the guys behind and then just do a soft stint right at the end. I'm not too sure. I think that's what he was planning on. Joanna's fuel to the end as well on his medium tyres. I'm short on fuel. I am planning on pitting again, but I will be on the fastest tyre. So importantly, I'll probably drop back a few places, but I am going to be on the quickest tyres at the end of the race. Robinson, Viali, and now Cutler. embroiled in a bit of a battle. These guys have all pitted recently, so this can rage on. Joshington in 8th, not doing a bad job so far, but as we saw in the last race, he kills his tyres, so don't know how much longer he can survive on those. Purcell running in 9th with E30, not a million miles behind. E30 is embroiled in a little bit of a battle with Sean F. Looks like Sean's not long since pitted, looks like he's on the fresh medium tyre as well. And Dragon Eagle, as we saw earlier on, is down in last position. So Buddy's running away with this one. And with about 13 laps of the race left to go, it's hard to see anyone pulling up to you. Would have to make a mistake, and I'll be fair to Buddy, he doesn't make mistakes really. Typically quite a good driver. My task at the minute is try and pull a pit gap to the guys behind. Fortunately, they're battling like nuts. As you can see, Cutler taking advantage of Vialli's going slow there, but Vialli's going to stick it around the inside. Was that a little bit of a nudge? I'm not too sure. Could again be 6 or 1/2 than the other. I'm not a steward, so I'll leave that one to the stewards to decide. So Vialli now on the back of Robinson. Cutler will be giving chase. And that's it for the time being. Let's catch up with this when it all heats up. So I've just pitted for my last time. I've got 10 laps to go. My plan is a 10-lap stint. I've got the softest compound tyre, got enough fuel to get me there, and I've overfueled a little bit in order for me to push, knowing that I'd probably lose a position in the pits. I hadn't managed to establish that much of a gap to Robinson behind. Robinson also did pit at the same time. He's doing the exact same as me. Softs for the last stint, but Cutler, importantly, didn't pit. Didn't pit at that time, so he's on the mediums and he's fueled to the end as well. So pretty much the entire top of the field now I've got enough, other than Janbu. The entire top of the field I've got enough to sort of get to the end. Most of the second round of pit stops have happened now. We did see an incident that I've not covered on this one, but it's because it. Well, there's a reason I didn't cover it. Basically, it was an incident that Vialli was not at fault for, and the other person involved was not really at fault for. And it didn't seem fair, in my opinion, to, as we just see Purcell get it all wrong there. What happened there? It didn't really seem fair to review it, because on camera it doesn't look good, but I spoke to both the guys involved and it was just one of those things. It looks like Purcell just got it on the wide stuff, and that's that. So I didn't cover that. It's all on purpose. Right then, mission on. I've got to catch Cutler, but it's quite a way up the road, and I do know how fast Cutler is. I'm under no illusions that even if I did catch up to the guy, and I'm under no impression that I probably could get him. Getting past him's a whole other story. This man's yet to pit. A pit probably will cost him about 20 odd seconds because he's got a fuel again, so potential I could pick Janbu off if he does pit, but he's gone. Just buggered off into the distance. Joanna's doing a really good job here as well. A little bit of a mistake by Joanna there. So he's done some consistent lap times as Joanna. Looks like he's starting to lose his focus a little bit. But looks like he's really enjoying that GTR, Joanna. Looks like he's having a real good time in that car. So let's see how this folds up towards the end of the race. You might see, unfortunately, what happened so many times at Brands Hatch. Happened to me in this race, happened to Vialli in this race, happened to E30 in this race, and it's about to happen to Cutler. So as you're coming around the final part of the track, you come over Sheen Curve, which is blind on entry, and you just kind of have to trust in where the car's going. And unfortunately, there's a little bit wrong there from Cutler, just got his angles a little bit wrong and slams into the wall. That's engine damage, that is. Lets me come through. So Cutler has just managed to get himself rolling again. But there we go, and I'm now up into 4th place. The gap to Janbu was massive. We're looking about 14 seconds at this point, so my chance of catching him in the remaining sort of 7 laps were very, very slim. Buddy is all the way up there. and he's well out of reach. Absolutely flying. Joanna is beginning to lap traffic as well. So Joanna's having a good time, giving a bit of a flash of the lights, let Joshington know that he wants to come through. Jambu's made his pit stop now and come back out in third. Again, still quite a way up the road from me. Like I said, about 14 seconds this gap. So unless he made a mistake, I wasn't catching him. Robinson and Viali, again, having a little bit of a battle. We might come back to that one and see how that one develops. Cutler, after that issue, had to pit again to get the damage fixed and decided to lump to the soft tyres from the medium, so he's now all the way to the end. So you can see Buddy in the pits. Buddy is just be changing, yeah, he's gone to the soft tyre by all things. So Buddy is, yeah, he's come out way ahead of the second place car. He's on the softs and he can now start knocking in those fast laps. I'm currently on the fastest lap of the race at 1:22.6. I was tempted to push for a faster one because I knew I had a 1:21 in this car. But no, I wasn't going to bin myself all in the name of false glory. Lap 23 of 24. The Robinson v Viali battle is raging on. They both dropped Cutler though, so they can focus on each other's race a little bit. So we just see Robinson get it wrong coming out of Graham Hill. That's going to give Viali a run coming into 30s. Up through Pilgrims. So if Viali can get a better run out here, he's got a chance coming into Hawthorns at the bottom of the hill. They both seem to have got away quite cleanly, so this might not transform into anything particularly great coming through this back section. Very hard to overtake. We'll have a flick through the pack in just a second, see how this one evolves. Viali tries to hang it around the outside, but Robinson shuts the door on him. Robinson's just going defensive enough. Just might sacrifice awfully sideways coming out of that one. Both on the softs, both similar tyre wear, both similar fuel levels, so as evenly matched as you can probably get in terms of car specs. But Viali just seems to have a bit of a better handle on his car coming onto traction zones. Robinson probably a little bit eager to get on the power. As we see, just as I say that, Viali gets it a little bit sideways. We'll probably catch up with this battle in just a second. We'll have a flick through the pack though, as we're now on our final lap. So Buddy well away from everyone else, absolutely flying as well. Very close to getting the fastest lap of the race, which I think now belongs to, I think I've still got it, yeah, I've still got it. Joanna doing a great job in second. He's surrounded by cars, but none of them are for overtakes or positions, so he's just lapping cars at this minute in time. Just watch Buddy as he comes over the line then. So a great win for Buddy, really happy for the guy, to be fair, did a fantastic job in this race. Joanna's going to come through to claim a well-earned second, just didn't have the pace in the car at the end to catch up to Buddy. Both cars had some traffic to contend with. Jambu, great job for third. Myself, a little bit disappointed because I feel I could have got a result out of this one. That off, obviously had that spin, that did cost me about 8 seconds at the time, but it meant I had to do a longer stint on the mediums, so unfortunate for me. Viali's still winning the battle between him and Robinson. These two are going to be pretty much neck and neck coming across the lines after 24 laps of racing. These two are still at it. So great driving from both of those two, and Cutler going to bring home 7th, NGR 38th, Purcell, Joshington, and then finally Sean F. He's going to be in 11th. So a little short outro then. So that's your lot from the Brands Hatch races. That's round 4 concluded. Good job. I'm quite happy with that. My first win. Just shy of a podium in race 2 as well, but I've only really got myself to blame for that one, I guess. So obviously this is an event sponsored by David Opperby Engineering, Excite Energy Drinks, GT Amiga and Thrustmaster. You see their logos plastered all over the cars that are running, and yeah, it's a great league to be a part of. To be fair, I've really enjoyed my time here. I think tables wise, I'm not top, but I'm not far off either, so I'm not doing too bad in this one. Next week we go to Suzuka. I've just done a GT4 race at Suzuka that I came second in, so I'm hopeful that the BMW again is quite well suited to that track. Suzuka is more of a handling circuit than a power circuit, so it should actually suit the BMW quite well. The GTRs unfortunately are also going to be quite good there, so we'll have to see how that one plays out. This obviously was Pro-Am coverage. If you're here looking for pro coverage of course the two lobbies that are running, you need to go and check out Dark Smoker's channel. There's a link to that in the description below. Go and check him out. Tell him CJW sent you. He'll either tell you to F off or welcome you to his live streams. That's it from me this time. I'll see you in the next one. We've got a couple of live streams coming up which are for commentary videos for NxtGen Racing. So on Monday night we'll be back with the minis, and then Thursday we'll be back with the Siroccos. In between that I've got a few bits and bobs of my own racing to do, so catch you on the track. See you later. Bye bye.